Welcome to Flow State. This is the first recording with my new microphone. In this video, myself, Caucasian Sasquatch, Sarah's Raging Tomato, and Nobleness D review an interaction that took place on one of Sarah's live streams a few days earlier, in which Alex from Playing with Fire is confronted by Andrew Wilson from the Crucible. A little bit of backstory. Andrew and Alex used to be pretty good friends, is my understanding, and then they had a falling out, and this, I believe, is the first interaction that they've had since the falling out. The four of us reviewing this interaction poke a little fun at it. Just to make things clear, I don't actually think anybody involved here is gay. We're just shooting shots. Something else worth mentioning is that after this interaction, Sarah did come under some scrutiny. She's being accused of setting Alex up to get ambushed by Andrew.
Go to sleep.
So when you hear us referencing whether or not Alex knew or what he was aware of, that's why. That's the context it's in. This full live stream, as well as many others, hours and hours of live streams, are available to Ko-fi members. Any tier second or above, not the very bottom one, gets access to all the old live streams. If you want to see more content like this in the future, help support the channel, become a Ko-fi member at the link in the description box below. Enjoy, hit the like, subscribe, share, all those things.
Like really soon.
Like 10, 15 minutes?
Sure. I don't want to, if you bring Andrew on, it's going to give you a whole thing, but I'd be happy to do a debate with Andrew some other time when we have more time. So if he wants to do that, he has my phone number. I'd be happy to have him on. So yeah, but if we have him on now, it's going to be like a half-hour thing.
Well, you are welcome to skedaddle as soon
Yeah, but that's going to look like I'm rage quitting, so no, I don't want to.
Okay, for the record, Alex is not rage quitting. I've allotted him 15 minutes at max, and he's welcome to leave as soon as that's done. Sound fair?
Yeah, just tell Andrew, Andrew, if you're watching this, you can text me, and I'll be more than happy to set another debate, but I don't feel like doing it right now. It's going to become a long
Fair enough. Let's go into dumpster fire mode.
Yes, and I do want to extend my appreciation. I do think that
Now, did he specify not to bring Andrew on?
Nope.
Did he specify that he wasn't going to stay on if Andrew came on?
Nope.
Did he specify that there was some kind of agreement prior to this that I couldn't bring Andrew on, or anything to do with Andrew aside from he talked directly to Andrew in those moments. And then I also negotiated the time because he said he doesn't want to get into a long thing, right? That's what he said. I don't want to get into a big thing. Fine. So then I negotiated 10, 15 minutes. He said, well, then I'll look like I'm rage quitting. Okay. I'm making it clear right now. We have 15 minutes max.
I mean, why would he look like he's rage quitting if he didn't know that Andrew was coming up?
Why would we say? I'm sorry. Say that again.
What I'm saying, my point is that he knew Andrew was coming up. That's why he talked to him beforehand. That's why he made the rage quitting comment. Yeah.
Sarah has been.
Nobody ambushed him or tricked him is my point.
Right. The chat was very clear that Andrew was coming, and we read all of
that
those.
Was going nuts.
We read all of those super chats, and there was a super chat back earlier that I read out loud where it said Andrew wants to come on, and I specifically said that's already arranged and handled. He'll be here. It's obviously. I was reading my chat. They said Andrew was watching and he wanted to come on, right? Okay, he's allowed on during open panel. So that was already very clear.
Hey,
right,
Alex, don't go anywhere. I just want 10, 15 minutes tops. 10, 15 minutes. I just want to cross.
I thought you didn't want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah. Hang on. Well, I'm here because Jake was doing the debate, right? So the thing is, though, is that
and I brought this up on Jake's last night because I think this shit's hilarious. I said as much. I think that both of them are acting like gay ex-lovers.
Yeah.
And it's funny to me.
Yeah.
There's a few things you said that I want to. I'm not rambling. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. I just want to ask you a couple of questions that are debate related. Why are you refusing to answer a single question? I just want to ask a couple. Are you scared, Alex?
Jake, you do well enough on his own?
Hang on. Alex, are you terrified, Alex? Can you just answer a couple of questions?
I'm not going to do it on your terms. We can do a full debate.
There's no terms. I just want to know a couple things about the debate. I just want to know on the drunk driving thing.
Okay, so sure.
Yeah. So on the drunk driving, why don't we do the debate right now? Just you and me, right this second.
2 hours, and this is going to take a while.
It's going to turn into.
I literally am asking for 10 fucking minutes, Alex.
I'm not going to give it to you.
You're not going to give it to you, chicken shit, Alex. You're a fucking chicken shit coward. Are you going to do the debate or not? We got literally right now. I'm asking for 10 minutes to cross-examine your worldview. You're going to rage quit. You're going to rage quit, really? Is it because I just want to know. I just want to know a couple things. I just want to know a couple things. So the first thing I want to know, can we talk about the drunk driving stats when you were talking about drunk driving?
Why don't you do a full debate?
Yeah, okay, I'll do it right now.
No, I don't want to do it right now.
Oh no, of course not. You'll do it in the future at some undisclosed time. What is hang on, I'm sorry. What is an open panel? An open panel means Alex is going to refuse to engage with Andrew because he's terrified of his questions. Is that what that means?
Open debate, it means I'm not going to do shit on your terms because I think you're kind of.
I'm not doing anything, Alex. I'm going to ask you two questions that are about the debate.
I want to answer your questions. We can do a full debate anytime.
You want to answer the questions?
No, why don't you want to do a full debate?
I'll do the full debate anytime you want, Alex. There's no. By the way, just so you know, you can pick essentially any topic you wanted. It would actually be impossible for your imbecilic inbred ass to beat me in a debate. But the thing is like, can you just answer a couple of questions?
Let's do.
Well, what else can I do? The guy won't fucking debate.
Hold on.
I want to talk to you right now. It's going to take.
Let me just, gentlemen.
It'll take literally 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I promise. Shara can start the timer. I will leave in 10 minutes. Alex, 10.
There's a reason why a lot of people don't want.
You could just.
Everybody wants to talk to me, Alex. I have a hit show. What are you talking about?
Can I get?
You got Destiny's phone number? So do I. Oh, you got all these people's phone. I have all of them, Alex. I know all these people. You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
You can tell they still care about each other.
Give me the first question.
Okay, dude. It'll be okay.
I'm not going to play this stupid fucking game with.
What game? I want to engage in what you were talking about with the debate. I don't care about any of this other stuff. Just the debate.
Why don't we just set up a date right now?
Can I just ask you a couple questions about this debate?
No. Hang on.
You're not going to let me ask you any questions about
This
the
is
current
actually
debate.
gay as fuck. This is the most homosexual thing I've ever seen, and I've seen two crackheads do weird shit to each other.
Good debate. I'm gonna prep for it.
It's not. I just want to ask you some questions about this debate.
We can do it. We can talk about this.
Can I just ask you a couple of questions about this debate?
Open for next week.
Yeah. Can I ask you a couple of questions about this debate?
You want to?
Yeah. Can I ask you a couple of questions about this debate?
You want to do a debate?
Is there a reason I can't ask you questions about this debate?
Because if we're going to debate, I want to prep for it.
Well, we're not even debating. I'm just going to ask you some questions about this debate.
Number two, I don't have the mental energy or the time to get into debate with you right now.
It's not a debate. I just want to ask you a couple of questions.
Flow.
We can do a full debate.
I can 100% respect Alex for saying I'm mentally exhausted. I don't want to get into it, which was fine. But in this time frame, like you have to let me handle it from there. And neither of them were letting me handle it. So like, I get it. And he didn't have to answer any questions. He could have chose to not engage at all. He could have chose to leave the panel. He could have chose to do a lot of things, but I absolutely respect the fact that if somebody's mentally exhausted and they don't want to get into it, then just don't.
Correct. And I actually think that Alex made absolutely the correct move there. Just basically strategically, I guess, for lack of a better word,
getting a full debate out of it later.
Okay. Well, I mean, just not letting Andrew rush the venue. Like Andrew's tried this with me before. It's a good tactic, but it was also the proper response to it, I think, to say, no, you're not choosing the ground. But yeah, absolutely right. That said, if you're not going to engage the debate, then you need to stop engaging the fucking debate.
Right.
You're refusing when a panelist comes on to answer any questions.
I'm just refusing to answer questions from you right now.
And
okay. Then can I reference them? Can I reference them to Jake Rattlesnake then, Sarah, since Alex is too cowardly to engage?
Yeah,
so real quick, Jake. Hey,
stop.
Wait, what the fuck? I can't talk to Jake either.
This is the exact reason I said that I don't want to stay on if Andrew comes
You
on.
refuse, bro. You're the one refusing to engage.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
I would like just the question. Can I know the question? You said it referred to the drunk driving thing.
Yeah. So I want to ask. I'll just
hold on.
You won't even let me talk. This guy won't even let me talk. I just want to ask Jake this question. Alex brought up drunk driving deaths, right? He brought this up as a part of his argument. Jake, do you remember how many he said there were?
37 a day or something?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a significant number. You would agree with me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but how do we know exactly that it was the alcohol that caused those deaths? It just says that
I said it was a.
Hang on. They just say it's alcohol related. Isn't that just a correlate, Alex?
The only question I'm going to answer is what day we're going to have.
Isn't it, Alex? Isn't that just a correlate, though?
Yeah, I'm just not going to answer any question unless it's.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Jake, isn't that just a correlate?
That is just a correlate.
That's really weird, though. I don't understand why Alex is saying that these are facts when he's just pointing. Alex, why are you talking? Why are you talking, Alex? You won't even respond to my questions.
Shut the fuck up for 2 seconds.
Why? When I'm talking to Jake, I'm talking to Jake.
I know you like to hear yourself.
So what's the point that you're trying to make? That alcohol doesn't cause car wrecks?
Well, no, I'm just making the point that if Alex is looking for things which are causal.
I just won't stop talking.
Yeah. So anyway, if Alex is looking, it's my turn. It's my turn to talk, bro. What are you talking about?
I know you love to talk.
So if Alex is saying that these things are causal, okay, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead, Alex.
We can set up another date. I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking to you right now, though. Why are you still interjecting? So anyway,
I like that he keeps, instead of saying set up a debate, he keeps saying set up a date. Like, I don't think that he's intentionally.
Stop.
Did you catch it though? It's like the third or fourth. He keeps doing that. What a Freudian slip.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
This is like a. This
They
is like a.
might be
You know,
gay. They
you know
might
in the
be gay.
rom-com when they break up and then the first time they see each other somewhere else. This is what this feels like.
Yeah, and Alex is fine to say I don't want to answer the question, but he should have just because it is open panel, like typically as a panelist, if somebody's talking to another person, you let that other person, their dialogue flow. And I think he should have just stepped back, but it was like he was still digging in, even though
It's like he still cares.
he still cares. I love this. I love this between the two of them because they haven't spoken in a very long time. And I thought this was absolutely beautiful. Love it. First panel.
Lou says Flo does the best against Andrew. He's dead inside. I think Andrew says that was Jim Bob. Said I was dead inside. Question. So it's not causal.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's not causal, right? So Alex's whole point in the debate was he wanted Jake to show him something, which is I'm not allowed to talk again. Okay.
Well, what's the issue?
Let me clarify something really quick. So typically how we go is we run debates and then afterwards we do open panel. The open panel is to allow other panelists to come on, ask other questions and kind of incentivize a new conversation or maybe poke holes in something that somebody said. It's very typical. It's common on this platform. This is a common practice. This is how we do it. So, Alex, you certainly don't have to answer the questions, but I would ask that we keep the bantering of your guys' little back and forth down to a minimal because there's other people here that would like to engage in the conversation.
That's totally fair. I wanted to take up too much time. I just want to ask Jake if Alex want to get. Okay, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead, Alex.
Was I not abundantly clear that I don't want to get into it with Andrew?
You don't have to, Alex. You don't have to. I won't even talk to you anymore. I'm not even going to talk to you anymore.
I'd be more than happy. Yeah, you're just talk about me. I'd be more than happy to schedule a debate with Andrew.
I just want to talk about the debate, bro.
But there's still a lot of feelings there.
Literally just want to talk about the debate, Alex. That's it.
I'd be more than happy.
Doing the what?
You and your little interjections.
It's so silly. This feels silly.
I think it's cute. I love both of them so much. I've known them both for a very long time, and I think they needed this moment.
So I don't know nearly enough about the backstory to know who they were, what happened, or how close of friends or more than friends they were. Were they like best friends and then?
They collabed a lot. They were, to my knowledge, from what I understood, they were really close. They collabed a lot. They were constantly streaming together. I would even say that a lot of Andrew's beginnings were with Playing with Fire. I could be wrong there, but that was just my perception. But I thought they were great. They were a great duo. It's sad to see them like break up. It'd be great to see them get back together. But shit happens and people move on. It is what it is.
Breakups are always harder on the people around them than they are on the couple themselves, it seems like. And if either of them are watching and would care to join, do you text Sarah? They both got your number, I think. D, do you have any thoughts? Or did he go? Went and got coffee.
He went to get coffee, and Sasquatch is having a sneezing fit.
Happy to do it on this channel. Sarah can moderate. I'd be happy to have a full debate with Andrew. I don't want to do it right now.
Then Alex, just go away. Then Alex, go away.
I made it abundantly clear. I expressed to you how.
Then go away, Alex, so I can talk to Jake about the debate.
Later, then that sounds
good. Just go away. Then, like, if you won't even let me ask the question to Jake.
Let me ask this: did anybody else, before Alex does have to leave, did anybody else have questions for Alex that's not named Andrew at this time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have
What's that, Chris?
Sasquatch, you think we got a tickle fight on our hands?
Yeah, no, it does look like. All right, so I like the way Frank Monday over here is thinking that maybe it's scripted. I don't think it's scripted, but I got friends from back in the day that I don't have to script stuff with.
Mm-hmm.
We just know how each other's going to respond, and we can sit there as apparently total strangers to all the people who are involved and run total game on them because they don't know we know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be what we're witnessing here.
I don't even think Alex was running away from this either. I recognize that he kind of made it the point, I want to get out of here early, and that was already kind of discussed earlier, that he only had a limited time. I don't think he was running away. I think he just didn't want to deal with it at that moment, which is okay. But if you continue to engage, then that's on you, not me. Like, he could have sat there quietly and I would have redirected Andrew into another direction.
You know what this is? This looks, on second watch, right? I didn't notice it at first, but this looks like Brat and Brat Tamer dynamics.
Oh my God.
Okay, but I got a question on that. Which one's the Brat?
The Brat is the one that addressed Andrew before he got on panel, and that says, no, I don't want to, and then continues to talk. And yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. All right. I guess I just want Andrew to be the Brat. Just really. I
mean, you and Andrew might have different dynamics than Andrew and Alex, so don't.
Obviously.
Both sides. I had some for Jake and for Alex.
Okay, Alex does have a time limit, so if
if
you want to ask your questions to Alex first, that would be more, before he leaves.
Yeah, Alex, I just wanted to find out, right? So mainly if we talk about the societal impact, right? If many things cause people to not be on this planet anymore, right? But a core fundamental thing to have society carry on is people. So don't you think that the sex work industry inhibits family creation, which would be the core most important thing? We can lose a lot of people if we make more people, dude.
I agree that I think it's not good for mating. I just think that the other important thing to consider is the macro doesn't always affect the micro. Like, for example, in America, our military recruitment numbers all-time low. We absolutely 100% need more military to carry out our foreign policy and whatnot. But at the same time, that's a macro fact. But on a micro level, I would never say like, hey, Chris, go join the American military, right? So while the macro point you're making is true, I just don't think that affects the micro directly.
I mean, if it leads to things like sex robots, there would be no point in procreation because you're taking the main incentive of grooming.
No, I think there would still be it, but there's already sex robots, but I'd much prefer having sex with my girlfriend.
You don't need a robot. People have been having sex with less things forever.
Or not.
Sasquatch, I guess were you twitching down there? Do you have a thought? Do you want to explain to people what fifis are and how sex robots don't matter?
Well, first of all, I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm coughing and sneezing constantly over here. So I'm not getting too fidgety about it. But the idea that the micro doesn't affect the macro and the macro doesn't affect the micro, the devil and God are both in the details. If you handle the details well enough, you don't have to worry about that macro level. That's not your concern. If the details are taken care of, the rest of it takes care of itself because you've planned this, right? There's a plan.
Right. Well,
Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't
Maybe
know. I don't know how the plan works into there, but I'm down with the fact that if you take care of the details, you don't need to worry about the macro.
Right. You don't even half the time, like if everybody knows what's supposed to end up happening and all the details fall into place, people don't get upset about having to do things they've agreed to do. They only tend to get upset when things aren't working correctly, when communication isn't taking place, when details are out of place and they go, I got to do extra work because someone didn't do the work I wasn't supposed to do. Right. I don't know. That's been my perception.
Do you want to explain what a fifi is to the people and how sex robots don't matter to families because fifis?
I have heard that fifis are these things that if they get harmed, everybody gets upset. But I've only seen it in action on YouTube. A bunch of bleeding heart liberals that need to sit down, shut up.
So a fifi is if you're in prison and you take a latex glove and you fill it with lotion and you microwave it and then you roll it up in your bed mat, you can fuck that. Now, I've never fucked a fifi, but my point in bringing up fifis is that sex robots, to Chris's point, are not I just don't think that they're doing anything to harm families.
Can I get a diagram of that, dude? Like,
yeah. Give me a second and I'll show you a sex burrito.
What if you nuke it too much and it blows up?
Yeah, don't nuke it too much.
Because pictures of surface birds.
I mean, having it blow up in the microwave is the least of your issues. You're really in trouble when it doesn't blow up, but you still microwaved it too long. But yeah, dudes have been having sex with all sorts of inanimate objects throughout all of human history. What chicks have too? Chicks fuck things more than dudes do.
They should have a museum for that.
There is an entire genre on every hub you can imagine of strange insertions. That's not an abnormal thing for there to be an entire genre. Like there's so many people who not only do it, but are interested in it that you can just scroll down to that topic.
And W for men.
Facts.
Plus, pussy costs $45 an hour street value, right?
Street value. What the fuck?
Yeah, we're not sure. We're not sure if that's a spot price on pussy or if he's doing.
He uses a coupon.
He's in the Northwest, so that I assume pussy prices fluctuate regionally to some extent, but
sounds cheap to me.
That's the other thing. Like that sounds like it's low grade pussy. If I was buying pussy and it was $45 an hour, I think I'd put it back.
Why is street market value pussy?
Discount.
Why is the street market value of pussy on the topic right now?
Just try to be clear.
Okay.
You see, that's.
I think most guys would still, if given like 99% of guys, are given the option to have sex with a robot.
Shit, was I muted when I said because you're here?
Yeah.
Probably. Because I didn't hear anything.
Having sex with a girl, they find attractive.
But you understand that the correlative to carrying on with this industry would equal the cancellation of male to female relationships or create barriers.
About masturbation.
Yeah, I just don't see that. I think that the vast majority of people will still prefer to have sex with their partner.
Ban your hand.
Can I ask Jake my question now? So Jake, when in regards to alcohol, when you're talking about what is a correlative, isn't it true that those drunk driving accidents that Alex is citing in your debate that he was citing are just correlative? That this is not actually the cause, and so I don't understand why it is you're being asked to cite a cause when all causes are just correlative. If he states that this thing is a fact, it's a fact that these people died from the alcohol, he would have to prove that, right? All he did was show you a correlative, right, Jake?
Yeah, exactly. It's an aspect of why the person died, and it's correlative.
Well, we don't know.
Who is WM?
Hormaxer.
Oh, okay.
Come on now.
Oh, we don't even know if it's an aspect of why they died. We just know alcohol was involved. So it's just a correlative, right? So when somebody says to you, hang on. So when somebody says to you, oh, you have to show me a causative. All empiricists know that it's the strong causative, or the correlative, which is what we point to for the causative. So when somebody says to you in the future, hey, drunk driving accidents kill X amount of people. Well, no, that's an alcohol related accident. It's just the correlation is there to the actual alcohol. So that argument's kind of null and void. So I don't even understand why it was made. And then kind of to the second point for Jake, because Alex won't answer this, but to Jake, when
we do a debate.
I don't actually understand this either. You want to do the debate tomorrow?
Let's do it sometime next week. I can't do
of course, it has to be sometime next week. Okay. So anyway,
I have a fucking Monday podcast, which I've done for 2 months.
Yeah, no, you're never going to get more views than when I'm on debating with you, Alex. But what are you talking about? Like,
you're
never. I don't even know why you're cutting in. But anyway, so to Jake, my second point, when it came to the CP convo, this is really strange to me. If you're talking about anything being in a black market, anything that is black on a black market is necessarily going to increase it, which is what Alex's argument was. Why wouldn't Alex argue to go ahead and legalize CP then?
See, I didn't understand this concept. Can somebody dumb it down for me?
I can't get there from here. When you add the word child to prawn, it becomes illegal immediately, and that's not prawn, that's rape. That's not the conversation. So when people take that route going, oh, well, it's just a linguistic trick that I'm using in a debate, and I'm like, no, it's not. You sound like a freaking creep. Shut up.
I just lost my thought altogether. I think so like how I said, you know how I make the case
he was going from like causation to correlation, and he was switching it over and then saying like the alcohol it's just related to like drunk drive related or drinking related accident, right? But then he switched it over to the CP, and that was confusing for me how that became like how that corresponded.
Let me back it up because I just want to make sure that I'm answering the right question here.
On a black market is anything being in a black market, anything that is black on a black market is necessarily going to increase it, which is what Alex's argument was.
Okay, I didn't hear Alex make that argument, but let's just assume that he did.
Why wouldn't Alex argue to go ahead and legalize CP then? I actually don't even understand that.
I'm sure you.
So he's saying that prohibition causes an increase in supply, basically. Like look at drugs. Drugs go from being like one of the cheapest. Coke is one of the cheapest things on earth to produce it and manufacture until you make it illegal, and now because of prohibition, it's worth more than cocaine. I don't know that more on the market is exactly accurate, but it definitely increases the profit margin and incentivizes production side or supply side. So
in terms of CP, because it's in the black market technically, like he's saying if Alex would make the argument to legalize it based on the concept of what he's arguing to legalize, keep prawn legalized essentially. Right. Because if you control, like it's causing regulation, but if it's on the black market, you're going to have more, like there's more issues.
Well, he might be saying that because, like I said, I didn't hear it, but I've made this argument for drugs that the war on drug prohibition actually increases drug use because now you've got a whole bunch of people who have a reason to want to get you hooked on drugs that they didn't have before. And I think I responded to Andrew here, but my response to this would be that the reason that they're not the same is because for two reasons. One, drug addiction. If we all smoke crack for about a week, good chance we're all going to be addicted to crack. Mm-hmm. But you can't. I don't think that there's the same market.
I've done it before. Walked away from it.
No, all right. Well. Yeah, I've never. That's like the one thing that I turned down. Anyways, and everybody's a potential drug addict, right? But not everybody's a potential CP consumer. I think that's more of like a mental disorder or something.
Sure.
But you cannot expand your market that much with the two things. So I would say that it does not expand CP as much as it does drugs. The other thing is that, like Sasquatch said, we're not talking about a product availability. Primarily, what we're talking about is somebody's right not to be raped, and so that individual has the right to be defended in the moment, regardless of how it affects the broader market of spank material.
On top of which,
beyond that,
I don't think
there's one more thing there. In its inception, the whole concept of utilizing something that is universally accepted as illicit, illegal activity as comparable to something that people just, don't like talking about is completely off base. One is an act of violence against an innocent person. The other is participation of two people in an adult act. These are two totally different things, and to conflate the two is a little dirty off its surface.
I don't think the amount of CP, the baseline amount of it, doesn't rely on a market argument. It has to do with the amount of people interested in it or wanting it, and what trouble they got to go through to get it, and the consequences of doing so. So it's more about emotional responses than it has anything to do with a market argument.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes more sense.
You don't.
I mean, you can explain it to me, Alex.
Alex has to answer.
I'm good on this. Like, if we're gonna do a debate, me and you, then I want it to be like a full debate where I have time to organize my thoughts. So once again, would you want to pick a date for next week? You want to do like
tomorrow?
Thursday?
Tomorrow?
I have my
I'm booked. I'm booked all the time, Alex. But I got tomorrow open.
Okay, well, I'm not going to do tomorrow. I have my Monday podcast that I'm not going to flake on. But we can do it Thursday.
Well, Tuesday is Christmas Eve. You want to do a Christmas Eve debate?
I can do Christmas Day, but not Christmas Eve.
I'm available.
Christmas Day.
I'm available.
We can do the same. Alice, you want to do the same exact
as well if we need.
I can do Thursday. I can do next Sunday.
All right, let's do Thursday. Same exact topic.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
My host
They got a date again. Y'all are gay.
I can moderate as well if we need, guys.
Flow state.
That'll be fair.
What did you say?
But just so you know, I only came on here to ask you questions which were related to this debate. That's it.
You're muted.
Did you just ask me a question, or was that you in the thing?
Yeah, no, that was me here. I missed what you said. Like, I heard it obviously there, but I don't hear it here.
Oh, I said y'all are gay.
Oh. Okay. Yeah,
I was
and
accusing them of being like, they were so focused, they were so dialed in on each other and just like in love that neither of them would acknowledge me sitting around calling him gay and stuff at all. Basically, at one point, Andrew's like, I don't know why you keep interjecting, and then went right back into this.
maybe because they didn't want to admit it. Well, I am kind of actually sad here because it was Alex's idea up at the beginning of this for me to host and mod this debate. He said, we could do it here on Sarah's show, yada, yada, yada. And then he's agreeable to it here as well. But then I received the message last night that he doesn't want me to mod it. And that's a little, because that's, what would you call that?
Racist.
He's white.
I don't know. What would you call it?
Well, like, everybody's been messaging me like, is the debate set up yet? Are you going to leave it out or are you going to put it behind it? Like, everybody's been messaging me excited for me to do this show. Like everybody's pumped up for it. And it was under the understanding that I was hosting and modding it. And then Alex says he wants to have somebody else mod it now, because now he's upset. And I think that's gay. That I think is gay.
I'm looking forward to the part where it's probably coming right up right now, where Andrew makes his mod recommendation. That was one of my favorite parts.
I know you did. Yeah,
like literally, that's all I came on here to do.
Yeah, you could have just easily texted me at any point and say, "Hey, I want to."
Why would I need to text you? I wanted to come on the open panel and ask you questions about the debate.
Yeah,
that's what the open
after I
panel.
made it clear that I don't feel like talking.
Just to, even to just answer 2 questions, I would have just left.
You guys tell me what happened. How did you guys?
But when have I let me ask you, when have I ever ambushed you? It's never happened. This was a panel. The only reason I even interjected here at all is because my buddy's debating with you, so I watched the debate live with the audience. I wanted to come on and ask you 2 questions about the debate. I've never ever ambushed you, even one time. So I don't even know why you're so upset, bro. I don't even know.
Don't gaslight me. I'm not upset.
Well, when have I ever ambushed you, Alex? Ever? Never, right?
When have I ever ambushed you?
This kind of sounds like a broken but vicious relationship, you know. Like there was a period of time these 2 people lived together, and one of them took tape out, Alex, and put it down the middle of the apartment, and then swept everything across the line and refused to acknowledge anything that wasn't properly in its place.
I think that they're toxic for each other and they know it, but the sex was so good they can't stop.
Oh my god!
No, man. I don't know if they actually managed to have sex. I think I saw the aggression that's here is the
Maybe
fact
that's
that it's
what they
non-consummated thing. They just need to go ahead and have a little grunt pile and get over it.
Oh god!
Maybe it's kind of the complete opposite, that they totally.
What do you mean?
Maybe they did it and it wasn't as good.
Like
as
why not just answer to a couple of?
They don't feel right about it, let's say.
They were too busy arguing over who's top and who's bottom.
Oh, you mean like they feel guilty for violating their
I kind of feel like Andrew's really trying to exert his power top position, and Alex not wanting to be the.
What D is saying is this might be like the whole like you don't hook up with your friend thing because then it's awkward after that.
Oh yeah.
It is difficult to look at her eyes after it's been coated.
Not as hard as it is for her to look out at yours.
You're right. The red streaks just make me feel bad and happy.
Just as long as you don't get in her hair.
Baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long.
Question so weird to me.
Because
I'm glad that you guys got it scheduled out there.
I dated you a million times. I know how it works. It's never 2 questions.
Flo, you were.
It was 2
Flo,
questions.
you were like shitting on him the whole time. You just kept interjecting with the one-liners, and nobody appreciated it.
I know my shit was so good.
It was well timed. It was well executed. It was well performed. I liked it. I was sitting there. I popped in for like 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there on this because I was going through several different live streams trolling people. But
I could not cut the sexual tension in that room. I'm like sitting there with this stabbing that shit, and it's not popping.
That's because it's been well scarred, sir. They rub salt in the wound.
I literally gave you my word. I told you could set up a 10-minute timer, Alex.
Never ever 2 questions with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you think you're gonna fare better. Like Thursday on the same topic, like it's us, but whatever.
Debate, you don't want to organize my thoughts.
You can organize your thoughts, but I just had 2 questions about this debate.
Don't insist that I'm doing it this very second.
I just wanted to ask 2 questions about this debate to you because I wanted to know.
It seems like for a while you were scared to do a whole debate. It seems like for a while you just wanted nothing to do with it. So
Alex, no. Hang on. I still don't want to work with you, but I did want 2 answers. I wanted the answers to the questions I had about the debate. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know why to change your part. I thought you don't want to debate me anymore.
No. Debating you isn't working with you.
Sarah, can I ask Alex a question?
It's not working with you.
How do we ever work together?
Hold on.
All right, you guys don't work together. You got something coming up. You're good.
Yeah, wait,
Dawson, you had a
make up already, guys.
I know. Should we speed date them? Make them speed date? Maybe they'll kiss and make up. Flo, I think we should. Now, I was 100% wrong for this. I should not have speed dated them, but I felt like it actually ended up working out for the better because
More
they
money.
actually.
I got you.
They were. I was wrong, and I apologize. I do apologize. I should not have put them on a speed date. But
did you accept the donations?
I don't know if any donos came in during that speed date.
If they didn't, then they completely bombed.
Everybody was on the edge of their seat and on the edge of orgasm.
but look how kindly they were able to talk in this. I think it was the music background that's put them in the right mode. We got the Marvin Gaye thing going. I think it was set for love. But I was wrong. I was wrong.
Lights down low.
I think clearing a space for them of their own without all the other people around.
Yeah, because people kept
made them realize they don't hate each other. They actually miss each other.
The right music, the right setting, and nobody watching.
You're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful.
That's great. I love that.
No, Jesus Christ. I'm not. No, Sarah. I don't want to fucking. Just...
You don't want to
I miss that. He's like, nope.
No.
This is exactly what he didn't want to have happen. It's like,
but look, but watch how calm they are. Look at this and tell me that this is the worst thing in the world. I don't think it was.
Hold on, we're gonna just watch this replay while you Did you guys ever get swimming lessons when you were a kid? I remember swimming lessons at the YMCA, and it was like, here's what happened: your parents drop off kids, and then the kids spend like an hour crying and getting dunked by high school lifeguards.
That's like a mini SEAL team camp.
Yeah, I feel like she's the lifeguard. She just dunked him here.
No, should we speed date them? Make them speed date? Maybe they'll kiss and make out. I think we should. I had high hopes here. I had absolute high hopes.
No,
you were high.
You don't want to speed.
Look at that! What a pause! What a pregnant pause!
Oh, the moment. It's two lovers too far away.
Illuminati.
Look at Andrew's face. I don't know if he wanted it either.
Eye of the tiger and the will of the
Hey, look at your face, you fucking demon.
You are enjoying this. You know exactly what you're doing. I no longer accept your apology. It is a misvalued thing. Look at that face. Look.
Wrong. But nobody died, and they actually had a kind conversation. If they started arguing and going crazy, I would have ended it. But
I'm just putting this up here for anybody who wants to screenshot
The evil, pure, unadulterated evil. They always told me the devil would be beautiful.
And notice the Brazers logo up there on the top.
Somebody please send me a screenshot. We need he's like, oh dear God, no. I'm like, oh, this will be fun. And
this is happening.
This is really this is like one of those photos that you would expect to see end up in like one of those Time magazine like photos that encapsulate 2024. It's like you're marching them to the gallows.
But she's so happy about it. That's the disturbing.
Heck, this is gonna be great, guys. I promise.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. It's gonna hurt so bad.
Yeah, you're gonna love. I'm gonna love this. You're not. This is like the poster child for Schadenfreude. She's literally setting them up to enjoy both of their pain actively.
If we just threw like a more ominous filter over this, it could be a great horror movie poster. Like, when you walk into movie theater, they've got like the triple posters, Victim.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you just victimized everybody involved. That's exactly what you. Personally, I respect you for it.
Look how happy she is to grape them.
Yeah, you're totally invading on their safe spaces. Both of them. Look at them; they're not happy. You are.
This is damn near violent. I'm changing my side.
Oh Carpenter's
And you can see it coming too. Like Alex is over there. Like
there's
oh
only
my
one person coming in this picture, and it's
You should just
All right.
clip this for a thumbnail for a later video.
Should we play it, or should we just like admire this a minute longer?
I could give this another minute. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
really good. Sarah moonlights as a dominatrix.
Moonlights, noonlights.
No. She does it right out in the open, and that's why you missed it. It's not a moonlighting thing. It's just
like at the park, walking her dog.
it's like hiding Illuminati symbolism in a dollar bill around public buildings. It's not hidden. You just didn't see it because it was so not hidden.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right, let's get this shit show on.
You don't want to speak.
I got to give Alex credit.
So, I mean, it doesn't even have to be unfriendly, dude. I really only came on here to ask 2 questions.
Yeah, but Andrew,
the first question was just about the drunk driving and the correlation, and then the second one was just going to be. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the thing is that I've debated you enough times to know that you're extremely bad faith, and it's never 2 questions.
You were bad faith in this debate.
How was that bad faith in this?
Because you used what you knew was empirically false, which is you said that the opposition was making a correlation causation fallacy. The problem that you have with that is that from the empiricist mindset, you should know that all of what anything you consider causative is correlative, such as drunk driving. You, for instance, Alex, you could never tell me that all these drunk driving accidents happen because of the alcohol. Like maybe some of these people drive better because they're drunk. You don't know. You just use it as a correlative and then say it's the cause.
That happens. A lot of people drive better when they're drunk.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure they do. I'm sure some do.
Really? You think most people? You think a lot of people?
I didn't say most, or I didn't say a lot. I just all it means is that you cannot make the determination it was the alcohol. Can you make the determination that it was the alcohol in every case? How do you know it was the alcohol, Alex? How do you know it was the alcohol?
Yeah, this is like again. This is why I just.
That's not bad faith, Alex. Why? How do you know it was the alcohol, Alex?
Well, if you can't agree on the fact that if you think that a lot of people drive better when they're drunk, then we're just.
I mean, there's got to be at least one, right? There's got to be at least one person who drives better drunk, right?
You think the exception makes the rule?
No, but if there's even one, then we're dealing with the correlative.
There's at least one.
See, they got along a lot better one-on-one. They just need to be sat in a room. You don't you nod like you did something good over there, sadist?
She derived an awful lot of vampiric negativity from that. Like she'll be young for years now.
she's actually 75, but you can't tell. She'd been vampiring that much energy.
She's been in cold storage till the internet occurred.
Oh my god!
One person who, because they watch TV, don't go out and.
Sure.
And Jake down there looks like their abused child. He's like looking at the floor, not noticing.
He's looking at his phone.
I don't think he realized I put him back up.
That's the best. Yeah, it really
Normally
is
it's the best. Sometimes you gotta with someone like I don't know, like M, you gotta make sure that like
she's not
just to be correlative.
That has nothing to do. The fact that alcohol might not be causal directly has nothing to do with whether or not pee should be illegal.
Well, but that aside, my whole point was. If you say to somebody that you need to give me a positive link,
go back.
We need to address this.
Looked up and realized.
What happened? Further?
Watch Jake when he like wakes up and realizes he's on screen.
And,
sure. But that would still be a correlative.
That has nothing to do. The fact that alcohol might not be causal directly. Has nothing. I didn't even notice the fucking banner you put down there. Nothing to do with whether or not pee should be illegal.
Well, but that aside, my whole point was, if you say to somebody that you need to give me a causative link, all causative links are just correlative links. You're just looking at strong correlatives, all of them, including drunk driving. That's it. There's
And
no.
what was the outcome?
Yeah, you know that, and that was bad faith because
you don't think there's a difference between causation and correlation?
What is the outcome that P was alleging?
No. Hang on. There is a difference, but how do we determine the cause of something?
Well, sometimes we don't know for sure, right?
So how do we determine the cause of something, Alex? How do we do it?
Like, for example, if you do an experiment.
Yeah.
And you, for example, let's see.
How would you determine the lights in your room are from electricity?
Wait, hang on. Just be quiet for 2 seconds. Let me answer a question. If you don't,
go ahead.
Yeah,
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Answer.
So if you do an experiment, for example, and it turns out that you completely eliminate every other factor. So let's say that Sweden legalizes sex work, and there's no other confounding factor. There's no immigration that's happening. Just you eliminate every confounding factor, and then you show.
How do you know that you've eliminated every factor?
Well, you make an educated guess, right? But
right. So it's just correlative then, because there's no from the empiricist worldview, which is yours. It's impossible. It's impossible to make a causative. It's impossible to say something is causative without looking at what's correlative. It's actually impossible. It's not even possible.
Why are you having a seizure over this one?
Because all right, so yeah, correlative, causal. I get it. It's a fairly simple thing. If Alex pretends he doesn't get it, you should just acknowledge that he's being disingenuous on the surface and move on. But beating this dead horse with a mace and making stuff splatter all over people around you, it started to annoy Flow State. He doesn't know what's actually annoying him, but he's reacting.
You're actually very right. Because even if he's like, he is right. Andrew's right. The point that he's making is right. It doesn't fucking matter.
At this point, it's just flies on a dead carcass, and he's just killing flies.
It's like, bro, you're right. You're right about the flies, but that's not why you're here. And this point doesn't need to be made. It doesn't do anything to advance Jake's point. All it does is negate one of the other negations. It's just say that you're here for Alex. Just say that you left your hoodie there on purpose. You know.
All right. So you got to hook back up later and get that thing back. You know.
Make that claim. That cigarette and
purely,
yeah, and you getting.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Like, if I get cancer from this cigarette, can you prove that it was because of the cigarette?
So just because you can't 100% absolutely prove something doesn't mean
you're looking at a causal link, right?
So, okay,
it's all
just
causal
to be clear, you don't believe that there's, when it comes to studies or anything, there's any type of causation.
No, that's not what I said. I said what we would look at is we would look at the the causative would be the strongest correlates. That would be what we would say was the cause. That's exactly what Jake was doing.
When you want to eliminate,
what was the cause that he was? What's the cause that Jake was making?
So Jake provided a series of studies which stated emphatically, and by the way, these were actually adjusted for many of these correlations that Alex was talking about. Alex dismisses the argument and says, "Well, this just looks like it's something which is correlation, not causation." But the thing is like, all causation is going to come from correlation.
With the point that you're making.
Causation is coming from correlation, all of it. So it's like,
if you have
really bad faith.
You have causation. I know you would talk about bad faith since you do it all the time. If you talk about,
you don't even know what that means.
If you talk about, you don't know what it means.
You don't know what bad faith. What does bad faith even mean? It means I'm unwilling to change my viewpoint.
I thought you had 2 questions.
You're the one continuing the conversation.
I'm good, dude. I'm good on talking to you for a while now. You ask questions. This is why I said that you're never actually like on.
You're still going, Alex. Not.
I saw your finger swinging around.
Not me.
I was responding to CJ over here. He was talking to folks. It doesn't matter, dude.
Sure, pick up there.
I'm not even drinking tonight, y'all. I got a whole pint in there, and I ain't doing it.
I am. I have absolutely nothing to do tonight or tomorrow, so I will be drinking this evening and having a grand old time with you boys.
Well, my wife is drinking, and it's best to keep at least one sober driver in the household.
Is she wrapping gifts while drinking?
Oh no, they did all of that. That's all did and done and shipped and done.
No, that's usually what I do, but I will do all that.
Tell me,
tomorrow.
is the last gift always like really weirdly wrapped?
Yes.
Because you're trash.
The last one is like, I don't fucking care. That's Santa's gift.
It's like taking into a bag.
Like the
You
last
blame that shit
5.
on Santa?
The last 5 become Santa gifts where you don't have to wrap them, right? You know, because
Oh, you just throw them under the tree. I hear you. That's right. That's deep
Santa
thought.
has a whole ass workshop. Santa's gifts are perfectly wrapped.
No, we don't. Santa's gifts are the unwrapped. The wrapped gifts you have to wait. And then we do like a gift handout. So one person at a time. So what my rule is, like, one kid goes and grabs a gift for another kid, right? Or another person, and you hand out one gift, and then one person opens at a time. And we talk about it. It's great. That's so cool. And then that person goes and picks out a gift to give to somebody else. Doesn't matter who it's from. It just has to be for somebody else. And it consummates concentrates
you hear Christmas sounds more exciting than March.
You've got one of those Christmas things going on.
Concentrates on the
Sasquatch is in the
concept
South,
of,
so he might consummate Christmases too.
it concentrates the concept of giving. So you're giving something to somebody else and watching them open it, right? So it's not like, I'm just going to go grab my gift and do whatever the fuck I want.
So you learn to derive pleasure from other people's micro expressions.
That reminds me of a joke. You want to hear it?
It reminds me. So if we think back just a few minutes ago with that freeze frame, you consummated too many Christmas presents, I think, because you're enjoying the fuck out of watching other people doing their thing. Sasquatch loading a bull.
You want to hear my joke?
You've never asked me that before, but you've told a lot of jokes. So
yeah. So how do you
Mavic G says she can't stop thinking about Alex and Andrew doing it. I mean, we've been in the concept of like sex talk for the last half hour between two grown men. So
if you can't put up with the stigma, then don't be a freak.
Exactly. I'm a freak, apparently.
How do you circumcise a boy in Alabama? You kick his sister in the chin.
Ew.
Type of 1 in the chat if you would have got that.
But
you're still going, not me. You're the one still going, not me.
I dig your plant. You like what?
My wife just brought me the rum and like shoved it in my face. It was like, here, motherfucker.
Shout out to Wife Squatch.
How do you break 2 laws at a time?
Oh,
how do you break 2 what?
I don't know this one.
No, I'm just kicking back at Sasquatch.
No, I didn't hear it. How do you break
I said, how do you break 2 laws at a time? Kicking Alabama. Was it Alabama or Louisiana?
Alabama.
We're kicking Alabama kid boy in the face. That one that has a sister. Sorry, I'm all fucked up, guys.
No, Christmas is good to you, brother.
Yeah, no, I've been drinking and smoking, so don't mind me.
Don't quit. Try again later. You can just ring that bell one more time.
Your speech is too clear. You're not there until you're doing that old Joe Cool thing where he just nods off in the middle of a.
Start doing this.
Oh yeah. Todd.
I don't know,
Just stop talking.
I did.
Okay, then I'm good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. You think that they're gay?
I think you're gay.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying the sexual tension was thick.
Yeah,
I mean, you would know. I mean, you've
just look at their faces. You think that they're gay?
I think you're gay.
Oh my God.
Look, sitting back there like, damn it, we got called out. I'm just saying the sexual tension was thick.
Yeah, it's
I
definitely.
mean, you would know. I mean, you've had a lot of those experiences.
You were
men.
Rubber and glue. Or I'm rubber, you were glue.
Yeah, you even got that wrong.
Alex,
yeah, it's been a while since kindergarten for me.
I don't know. You're the one making gay jokes, bro.
So, you are the gay joke, bro.
This is exactly what would happen if me and Andrew ended up sitting there shooting shots back and forth. He's linguistically quick enough that it would basically just become a direct shot back and forth banter where nobody really knows how to stop it because I can't not respond.
Everybody would leave. Everybody would just leave. Y'all would be alone at the picnic table, drunk, shooting shots across.
Now, if in person, yeah, I'm sure we could probably have us a big old time. But as far as on a panel, I just don't think we would get anything accomplished. Like nothing good would come of it.
You know what? But on second thought, I don't know the last time anything's been accomplished on a panel at all, ever. So,
okay, all right, you got me with this. I'm in a box.
You converted somebody.
Nothing happened. There's no beef between myself and Alex. I don't say a bad word about Alex ever.
Yeah, except for when you made that stream.
What stream?
That I backstab you and that
This is
you
so
mad.
This is super.
You mad?
We're old, right? We moved past that a long time ago. I don't say anything about you, man. When do I do it? And you said the same thing, right? We don't. That's why I came in here just to ask a couple of questions. I didn't come in here to ambush you. I've never done it once.
Yeah, you just okay. So you're just totally good faith, like right. Your point was just
when have I ever ambushed you?
You were just
this is a fallacy called middle school
Can I
bro
ask
drama.
Flo?
I'm
Bro,
good.
I think
This is
the point though that he's making is a fair point.
Flo, sexy motherfucker. Do you think it was
What?
bad faith that that Andrew came in?
no, I think that it was. I mean, what do you mean by bad faith? I think that he came in to go at Alex because he was frustrated about whatever happened last time they hooked up. But I don't. But I don't know that I'd call that bad. I don't necessarily think that's bad faith or ambush or any of the other words, right? It just is what it is.
Right.
But he for sure was not coming in because he had a really great point that correlation and causation or what like.
No, I feel like this was something they've had an argument about in the past, and Andrew was just coming in to swoop in on something that nobody else in the room knows about, and yet is still a sore spot. That's why Alex wouldn't engage at all initially. He was only there for the 15 minutes and tried his best to get through it without actually facing off directly against Andrew. But what can you do when there's a demonic blind running the keyboard?
Just straight evil. The only thing that we can say, the only two people who are on the same page here is Andrew and Alex. They know they are exactly on the same page with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're in sync. It's simultaneous for them.
Right. That's my point. Is there's more subtext here than any of us can actually pick up on.
Well, you know where this all started was from the last debate that I moderated between these two and two other people. That's where all of this issue started, and then they
explain that. I don't even know about that at all.
That was where this happened. There was the first time I had ever modded, and they had the prompt, but then they were arguing. They ended up debating the actual debate topic the whole time. And there was a lot of frustration and yada, yada, yada. And then Alex and Ashley, they were paired up. And so they went off and they were kind of releasing their stress and frustrations of that debate on another panel. And Andrew ended up seeing it and playing it. And it hurt his feelings. Because Ashley and Alex didn't say the nicest things about Andrew. I guess I don't know how deep it went, but it was like I remember watching that. I remember watching Andrew's stream about and he was playing the restream from that morning of Ashley and Alex, and they're airing out their frustrations, and Andrew was very sad, and thus began the breakup.
Oh, it gets deep. It gets so deep.
That thus began the breakup from there, and that's
Right.
where it all started with that debate.
Well, it's really, really sad. I mean, they'll work things out. They're soulmates.
But you know what they need to do?
I know a few things they probably need to do, but what?
Well, they need to have one of those holiday trips where they're traveling in the rental car and they get a flat and they have to overcome difficulty together. And
You're talking about forgetting Sarah Marshall shit?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I
is that
didn't do anything
all-
wrong. I just came on and
causation
said-
comes
The-
from
the issue
all
is that
causation
I
comes
said
from
personally
correlation.
that
You're
I don't
holding me
really
to a
feel like
different
getting into
standard
it with Andrew
than you
right
are
now.
holding yourself.
I'm like,
right.
I agree. Andrew's point about correlation is correct, but
Yes.
I mean, it's a derivative point on a derivative
Not
point,
a derivative point.
It-
It is the point.
So how does that
Well,
point?
let me explain.
Okay.
If you take a study from a person, you say,
Mhm.
well, this is just showing something this is just showing something which is not causative, but a correlation. The thing is, though, is you can only get to a causative from a correlation. So it's like you're already admitting that there's a problem here. And so this, what happened was,
Hold on.
Jake didn't actually know that that's the case.
He said this earlier, and it kind of bothered me. You can only get to a causative from a correlation. What will he accept 120 correlations? Oh, wait, 500 studies?
The point he's making is more technical than practical.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Okay, yeah. Like I said, that's why he's triggered you.
We're right. Yes. Okay, because he's right. However, that's not useful nor relevant.
He's right, but also an asshole. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm fine with asshole. He's right.
Yeah.
It's
No, I'm
not.
good with
It's
it.
not. It's not. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm right. And
He
an
can
asshole
come in,
too.
he can come in and say, gravity is just a theory. Okay.
What's the point in that? Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. Yes, sir.
I don't think, right? But all links of causes come from correlation. So when somebody says, well, didn't you mix up the causal and the correlative link? It's like, no, if the link is strong enough, that's the cause. That's how we determine a cause.
But all that does is reduce the strength for drunk driving laws. It doesn't actually increase the argument for banning P.
Well, no, it would, what it would do is it would say, if your argument here is to say, well, wait a second, I'm going to state this as a fact. The fact is X amount of people die from drunk driving related deaths per year, which is probably true, right? X amount of people die from alcohol related deaths per year. But the thing is that that's not a causal link. We haven't actually demonstrated alcohol was causing that. We just have demonstrated that alcohol was involved. Right. And so, but the correlation we could say is strong enough that we can say, okay, probably alcohol had a role here in many of these deaths, right? But you can't state that as a fact and then say, but Jake, I agree with you that you're stating a fact that there's a correlation here between sex trafficking and sex work, right? But that's just a correlation. It's like you're making the same argument yourself the other way.
I would agree with that. It's not the best argument against it.
I'm like way past the 20 minutes. I do gotta go.
Well, it was nice to see you again, Alex. I have no bad blood.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, Alex, I thought that you did great from the parts that I heard, and I agreed with basically all of it.
Nice, I appreciate it. All right,
Do you want to give your
Christmas, by the way.
And I am the and I was the whole what's the opposite? What's not the Crucible crew, because the Crucible crew drops tons of money on Sarah all the time. But I guess I was the $2 representing the Andrew crew or the Alex crew.
You were so loved for that.
I just don't feel like I'm getting very much love from just the tone in your voice.
That's because you're in the room with the
well,
vampire.
I wouldn't be the one that has to show you the love. That would be Alex.
Then why did you try?
I said you are so loved for that. I mean, by Alex.
Did he say that?
You came
She
to
means
his,
vicariously.
I mean, like, I would love you if you dropped $2 in my honor.
It'll never happen. And I don't feel like that's true. You'd probably love me if, like, you could find me in some terrible, uncomfortable situation like these two were in.
Flo, I love to hate you and I hate to love you.
I'll take it.
It's meaningful. Coming from the bottom of my tiny little inky dinky cold black heart.
It's so small and it's got a weird irregular beat.
And
It doesn't beat, actually. I'm dead inside. So just like you.
It actually does peristalsis, like the stomach and the guts. It doesn't beat, it just squiggles.
Squiggles.
Whatever that means.
I bet you won't do anything about it but complain on the internet.
Merry
Do
Christmas.
you want to give your final thoughts, Alex?
I mean, I already wrapped it up in my.
You wrapped it up. Boy, I gotta say, the Freudian slips that Alex is just throwing out like banana peels in Mario Kart is off the chain. You sir need, Alex, if you're watching this, you need to get your subconscious under control.
I'm looking forward to doing the debate on Thursday. Should be fun. We'll see.
Same topic, right? Same topic.
Yeah, or we can get into actually a topic I'm more interested in is getting into Trump.
Yeah, I'd like to debate that.
What is Sweater Slayer? What's Andrew's name mean? Do you know?
I don't know. I was wondering that myself, actually. Sweater, because it has 2 T's.
I bet it's an inside reference that only the two of them know. What happened? Somebody left a sweater somewhere. Does anybody in the chat know who left a sweater at whose house or in whose car?
Oh, it should
It's
be
obvious.
hoodie.
Look at the
It should
answer.
be
It's
hoodie.
obvious. No. These men wear
Listen.
sweaters, madam.
No,
Check it out.
we don't steal
Sweater Slayer
sweaters.
still
We
has
steal
the sweater.
We steal hoodies,
Yep.
not sweaters.
Yep.
You do, but these are two strong, strapping young men. They would obviously wear sweaters.
I think Sasquatch cracked the code.
Was it supposed to stay coded? I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's not my code.
I hate that.
This topic, though.
Okay. Like, you want to debate the same topic?
We can do half and half.
We can do half and half.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hosting this, right? Am I throwing myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Hey, Alex, what color crystal would you want to go in, bud?
That's the third time I've been solidified for hosting and modding this. By
I'm
the way,
confused. Say that again.
What color crystal would you prefer?
Look at Chris holding up his butt plugs.
Dude, that guy.
Chris, of all the desk ornaments you could choose, how the fuck did you land on the one in your right hand here?
It was handy.
I didn't even see that. Oh my god! Why did I not? Oh, because I'm obviously looking at something else. Damn it! Oh, that's funny. The crystals, though, I love that little concept that they have. It's hilarious.
I don't even understand what that means. What's
It has to do with the TikTok invasions. I wasn't there for the original reference. I just know that they say that all the time about like going to the crystals. I think it refers to like the lefties and like their craziness. It's like going to, because they're, but I don't know. Maybe Andrew can explain it one day. But I'll have to ask one of the Crucible crew members like what exactly it means, but I know it's like from the TikTok invasions, and it's just Chris is here, but Chris is in the chat.
Chris's explanation for his butt plug is bro.
That was actually great. I LLL'd at that one.
The great release.
All right, Chris.
Stop fagging out.
I'm sorry.
You're
I
going
know
to say the
guy-
punchline because
I know the guy spends a lot of time on his mustache and beard, and I respect him for it. But at the same time, it's really difficult for me to take him seriously.
Oh, here it is. Chris said it. It's about the hippie new age bullshit. Yeah, I figured something along those lines, like because they're always about like my healing crystals and whatever. So it actually makes more sense.
see, me and Sasquatch are degens. When someone tells us to get in the crystal, we're like, we've already been here for a long time.
Yeah, I got 20 years full of dust in a baggie, bro.
Oh my God. You guys are retarded.
But it's just a fucking crystal, yo. I also dated a crystal once and don't realize it.
Oh,
I
my
did
God.
too. They're crazy.
Dark Raven bag.
Yeah, I will say any
term.
crystal I've known, they've always been like a psycho lady.
The term crystal clear has a totally different meaning in my household.
And here's the other thing about girl names while we're on the subject. If you meet a girl who's named after a virtue, her behavior and character is the dead ass opposite of her name.
Yes.
Is that why 3 of my hookers are named Chastity?
Yes. 100%. All right, hit play.
Nobody really understands the question. Is that a mushroom tip? What is it? Okay.
No.
I prefer a blue one.
All right. Well,
Okay.
There's not really a question, so I'm gonna skedaddle.
I didn't know. I was trying to. Is there a
Merry
punchline?
Christmas, Alex.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, Andrew. Have a good one.
Isn't there a causation with ice? If the temperature goes down
Did you
below
want to move
0
on
degrees
to
Celsius,
the
it causes
flow?
the ice.
Ice and crystal. Yep.
Right.
The
Right.
Neopod?
Good call. Good call. Bring me back to reality.
And welcome back. Hi, my
I've
name's
been over here
Reality.
like lost in crystals.
I'm gonna
and
have a
and
kid
Tundra.
and just name them a Reality just for
You're
you.
gonna what?
I'm gonna have a kid and name them Reality just for you.
Name them reality?
Yeah, that'll really screw them up.
Okay, well, we're talking about girls' name: Chastity, Crystal, Destiny, like all those things. Like I'm gonna name them Reality.
Maybe
So
if you
they'll-
named your
so-
Barbie that, it'd be
so
more
that
apt.
they'll be the fantasy.
Look, your 75, 80-year-old loosh drinking vampire womb doesn't need to.
I have no heart. I own it though. I own it. I am dead. When I turn the camera on, I am absolutely dead.
I'll be honest with you. I prefer honest savagery over disingenuous courteous.
Like
Honestly.
that one Lucas motherfucker. That was the most disingenuous, courteous person.
That was rough. That was rough. I was kind of like I was actually
couldn't
kind of
stand him. It was
thankful
too
Andrew
much.
came on that one and tore that a new asshole because it was he was kind, right? I had no issues with him personally or interacting with him. He was on time, like that's my biggest pet peeve. But no, he was like Lucas was fine as far as being a somebody to host and all of those things. But when he said the stuff about Andrew and he's like, like he cusses, he's not a good Christian or whatever. That kind of I was like, okay, here we go. Like, and I was thankful
How
that one.
pretentious and douchey can you be? Like
Very
you're really gonna sit here in your cloud in heaven and judge other people's relationship with God based on the words they choose to use.
Right.
Get out of here, bro.
Absolutely. That's what we do.
I mean, hell. I'm not even religious and I'm not having that shit.
Well, that's okay, Flow State, because I'm going to pray for you tonight. I will pray you directly into the gates of heaven. We will get you there before the night is over. I guarantee you.
You're fucking tired.
All
right, so Sasquatch, do you think anybody was in bad faith coming into that argument, or was anybody wrong?
Alex was the only one that acted in bad faith when he agreed to stay for 15 minutes in a situation that he knew he would regret before agreeing to it. I would have just said no, and y'all have a lovely evening. I've got to go. I want to choke the chicken or something. I don't know. Like I hear my mama calling. I left the oven.
I do that during the stream sometimes, just because it's.
I feel like the chat made it very obvious that Andrew was coming on.
They did.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm
Like-
saying. If you're gonna stand in front of the tidal wave, you can't get mad you got wet. You know.
I won't get mad, I promise.
Rachel-
But essentially
But I don't let weird squishy girls on my boat, so I don't know what to tell you.
well, because somebody even brought a super chat up saying, Andrew wants to get on, and I had specifically when I responded to it right then and there and said, yes, it has already been arranged. He's coming, right? And I think by that point he was already sitting backstage. Like I knew he was there. It was very obvious. Why would Alex even mention anything about Andrew coming on if he didn't already believe he was coming on? Right, like it was very obvious. The chat made it very.
Oh
clear
yeah, he
Andrew
knew he was coming on.
Right.
Well,
and
all
he
I'm
could
saying
have.
is Alex could have left when he first said he was going to leave, but instead he stuck around for that extra 10 or 15 minutes because he said so, and I respect him for that.
Right.
But at the same time, he knew what he was signing on for when he made that agreement, and I would have just exited stage left like Snagglepuss. Exit stage left.
Right.
Yeah.
And even at that, like when he was talking in the beginning before I opened the panel, like right before I opened the panel, he was speaking to Andrew, saying, Andrew, if you want to set something up, yada yada. Like that's between him and Andrew. I simply negotiated the amount of time that he was going to remain when we did the open panel, and he was in agreement to that. And like, but nowhere did he say, don't bring Andrew on. Nowhere did he say, you know, whatever. And now I'm suddenly the asshole for, I negotiated a time frame and I did my job. I opened the panel and everybody came on. Like, I feel like I was.
No, I
don't
wasn't
know.
saying anything about you.
Oh, I didn't say you were. I didn't
okay.
say you were. But
You sound like you're defending yourself.
Well, Alex is, because I like had a shit ton of messages after that was done, basically saying like, why did you do that? I told you not to do that.
Oh,
you know?
whoa, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
That's what I'm saying.
Try to flex on me, see what happens.